niggas only trying to fuck. I'm tired of these bill collectors calling my house. I'm tired of my girlfriend trying to put me out. I'm tired of the DJs not playing my songs. I'm tired of the groupies who only wanna bone. I spit hot bars, what the fuck you talking about? If you ain't on my level, you can fucking walk it out. I'm tired of seeing the same old bitches every day. The same old, what you doing later on today? You ever in the shot, I'ma take you where it's jumping. Cause when I come to town, all the girlies get the bumping. I'm tired of my ex playing on my cell phone, calling me restricted, won't leave me alone. Got tired of old chicks telling me I couldn't bone. Now the boots knocking cause the stuff full grown. Got tired of swagger jackets, so I switch my style. I keep them bad bitches like them girls gone wild. Don't talk to me crazy cause I'm not your child. Come back and correct though you get knocked the fuck out. I'm tired of goofy niggas trying to treat me like a dummy. They think it's all good till that shit ain't even funny. I'm tired of all these punks running like they really buck. I'm tired of all these niggas who only trying to fuck. I'm tired of these haters all up in my face. I'm tired of pussy niggas trying to get up in my way. I'm tired of the DJs not playing my songs. I'm tired of the groupies who only wanna bone. I'm tired of these bill collectors calling my house. I'm tired of my girlfriend trying to put me out. I'm tired of all these hoes playing like I ain't known in this homo hot shit. Check my lyrical resume. I got the streets talking, trigger popping, bodies dropping like they bang them out south. Got them new tunes ready just in case we luck up. On the come up, make a mistake, I might pop up, smack you up, then cuff your shit. It's QB, that Midwest dick, so you better watch what you saying, or we'll be spraying like butt spray. Niggas that be talking tough shit, I dare you in your face to call me out. Now come on niggas, up your set. Everybody know it ain't easy breezy in the windy city, so I suggest you come correct or get your ass dealt with. Punk niggas don't want none, I'm here for the long haul. What you thought, homie? I was just gonna let you sell me out. You didn't think he was gonna bail me out. Just the thought of you got me tired. Bitch, quit that tripping, playing with my time. That shit is tired. I'm tired of these haters all up in my face. I'm tired of pussy niggas trying to get up in my way. I'm tired of all these punks running like they really buck. I'm tired of all these niggas only trying to fuck. I'm tired of these bill collectors calling my house. I'm tired of my girlfriend trying to put me out. I'm tired of the DJs not playing my songs. I'm tired of the groupies who only wanna bone. You tired, I'm tired. You tired, you tired, you tired. I'm tired, you tired, you tired. You tired, too tired. Tired of these pussy ass niggas, man. On that bullshit.
Yes, come through, Renegades. Come through. It's me, QB. And I'm back again, child. Oh, yes, honey. This is Cardi B Takes the Stand Day 2, a scratch or a cut. Get all the way into it. Girl, we here to break down what had happened in the courthouse today round there with Cardi and Miss Ellis. Child. So yeah, I hope y'all girls had peeped what the tea was this early afternoon, honey. And we here to talk about it. Shout out to all the renegades in the building. Shout out to Stephanie for holding it down for us as always. And shout out to the replay gang. Now y'all do me a favor, make sure y'all like this video as you come in, child. Okay? Don't do me. And yes, the tracker link is available. It dropped earlier today. So the tracker link is available for any of the girls who want to do some tracking. Okay? What's up, Miss Douglas? I see you. Come through. Yes. Come through. So, yeah, honey. And shout out to all the girls in the bushes and the clouds, honey. Girl, let's get right on into this thing, child, because it was a lot today. Girl, it was a lot of objections. It was a lot of sustains. It was very few. It was very, very few of those. What's the other one? Sustain. The other one, child. They said very few of those other ones, child. I forgot what it was, man. But yeah, it was a lot of sustain when they was objecting, honey. I was like, ooh, Lord. Baby, the judge was getting a little irritated around there in that courtroom today. But I do gotta say, Cardi did come with a better wig today, okay? She had her Barbarella wig on today. I said, okay, Cardi, we see you in your Barbarella. She had her very much Barbarella. Hold on. It was a better wig, honey. It was a better wig. She had her Barbarella today. Okay, she was serving up Barbarella. It looked cute on her. She looked good. Cardi looking good in the courtroom, child. Okay, so yeah, she was serving up Barbarella teas, Miss Thing Girl. Baywatch. It gave me very much Baywatch. Okay, a little Pam Anderson. Baywatch teas. So it was cute. It was cute. It was cute, Cardi. The girls was here for the. Because, girl, that thing you had on your head yesterday, honey, was kind of questionable, child. But, yeah, she looked it good. But let's get into what we have found out today regarding this case. And if you girls are not up to speed on what's going on, Cardi B is being civilly sued, child, for assault. Okay, the girl, the Miss Ellis. I mean, she done said that Cardi spit at her, threatened her, all type of stuff. Got around there, honey. Can't sleep, can't eat properly. Got post-traumatic trauma. She's depressed and all that stuff, honey. Okay, Cardi was at a doctor's appointment when she was bearing her first child, and this is when the altercation ensued. This was back in 2018, honey. They just not bringing this to court. Okay, they're just not bringing this to court. Now, on the first day, if y'all want to know what we found out on the first day, you got to go watch that video, honey, because we finna get into day 2, okay? This is day 2 when Cardi takes the stand, honey, scratch or a cut. Because, girl, I just kept on hearing at first scratch, then I kept hearing cut. I'm like, oh my God, it done. Girl, a little scratch from some nails, honey, done morphed into a whole cut. I'm like, oh Lord, girl, it's real messy. It's real messy. So let's get right on into it. So the first individual who took the stand was the surgeon. I guess he's the doctor who performed the procedures on Miss Ellis. Okay. He took the stand first, honey, to try to compensate his money. Now, from what I gather, baby, he was just there to compensate his coins. Okay, he needed somebody to run his money. He needed somebody to either run his money or yeah, Miss Ellis needs to go ahead and pay that IOU. So it seemed like he was mainly there to recoup his losses because he done lost out, honey. He got money that's owed to him. So he's trying to figure out who's going to pay him. Okay. That's what it was given to me when he was there. Okay. Now he basically said that he had to treat Miss Ellis, the plaintiff, for hypersensitivity and hyperpigmentation, okay, from the injuries that she acquired from the altercation with Cardi, okay. He's saying that the hypersensitivity is like you being tender or, feeling some type of pain or what have you under the skin. And he described the hyperpigmentation. Well, we all know what hyperpigmentation is, when some parts of you may be lighter or darker than other parts of the area that's being discussed. Okay. So he's saying that's what he ended up treating her for. And he said he had used micro needling. They did micro needling and with the use of some creams and some ointments. I'm like, child, why she just ain't go get her some Neosporin? Baby, she did sound like Miss Thing just needed her a little Neosporin. Because, baby, the cost, let me get into these costs, child, okay? He's saying for the one treatment, it was $8,000, okay? So $8,000 per treatment. He said he performed 2 treatments on her regarding these injuries, this so-called scratch or cut that was placed on her face by Cardi, allegedly. Okay. Now, he's saying if she would have came in there with cash, clock this to y'all. He said if you would have came in there with that cash, honey, okay, ready to pay in full, if Miss Ellis was ready to pay in full and had cash, honey, she could have got 20% off. I said, oh, girl, she missed out on the deal. She missed out on the deal and winded up with an IOU and a lien. Because, girl, right now, he is charging her. He says she was charged. Okay, now, if she would have just went on here and paid in cash, she would have got 20% off. But he says she was charged 1,500, and then she was charged 2,500, which he is saying was an error. He's saying somehow the paperwork got misconstrued, the prices got mixed up, honey, and she got charged an error bill. Okay? Because he's saying the original charge should have been 6,500. I said, ooh. So he right now is saying that she owes $1,700 and $500. 17,500 with a lien. I said, oh, girl, you should have went on ahead and did that paid in cash. Okay. So he pretty much saying that it was not like no outpatient treatment. He's saying, oh no, honey, I had to have staff. I had to have what was it? Anesthesia, local anesthesia, and she needed creams and stuff, numbing creams and stuff. He said they had to do this in a surgical room. So when you take it from just an outpatient to a surgical room, yeah, the cost is going to be way higher than you would just being in the office doing an outpatient type situation. Okay? Because they wanted to know, like, okay, how is this getting so, how is this bill so, how does she owe when pretty much the procedure that you did on her only lasted maybe 3 to 5 minutes? He said, oh, yeah, it may have been that way by me pressing the button, but me preparing, having my staff, and then the post-op situation, yeah, that's where the price went up. He's saying, yeah, even after him doing the 5 to 10 minutes procedure with the micro needling and the creams and the ointment, that she did have to stay and be in post-op so they can make sure that she didn't have any burning, any bruising, no scarring. You know what I'm saying? That she was well enough to keep it moving. Okay, pretty much. They had to make sure. He said it wasn't like she was in and out. So the total visit, the amount of time that it took for one of the total visits was probably 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours. He said, yeah, he said it probably would have been only a 5 to 10 minutes with him actually using the needle on her face, but the preparation and then the after care was the reason why the cost went up. I say, ooh. Now he is alluding to the injuries most likely being from a right-handed person. Okay. Thank you, boo. Thank you, love. Hold on, honey. Let me read this. Thank you, boo. he's saying that it was from the injuries that she sustained. It was coming from, he believes, a right-handed person, but we know Cardi is left-handed. So he was like, it ain't no way somebody could reach over and make those type of marks on her face like that. You know what I'm saying? If they was a right-handed, if they a left-handed person, it wouldn't happen because they would have to do extra to reach over. That's what he was pretty much saying. Oh, thank you, boo. Hold on, love. Give me 1 second. Thank you, love. Oh. Say, hey, boo thing. Have a blessed evening. Smooches. Oh, thank you, boo. You have a blessed evening too, love. Goes. Goes. Them evening smooches. Goes. Yes. Thank you, love. Gang, gang. Yes. Come through, come through. Come through, come through. So, yeah, he pretty much saying that it could have been from a right-handed person, the injuries, from the side that she received the injuries and how it looked. Now, child, I couldn't make out of nothing of this picture that they showed. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up for y'all because I want to know, can y'all make out anything from this? Because I couldn't make out nothing. Like, seriously. Like, I was just like, scratches where? Like, girl, I see a little something blemishing, but girl, she needed all of it. Hold on, but she did do the treatment, so I don't know. Maybe the treatments work, but hold on. Let me let y'all see right quick. Did y'all see it? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no. Because this supposed to be, and that's the little pointer they was using, because they couldn't even see it good enough to where they was like, well, get a pointer and point out where it's at. So they saying right there where that pointer is where the middle finger scratch from the nail came. And then he's saying it's 2 other parallel lines that indicate the other 2 fingers. So I guess that one got me pulling out a pointer now. Hold on, child. My God, today. So right there is supposed to be the main scratch. Lord, this is too much. This supposed to be the main scratch. And then right here supposed to be another one. And then over here supposed to be another one. Do you? I guess I see a little something. I do see some hyperpigmentation. Now, I do see a little hyperpigmentation in this area, but I'm just like, girl, I don't. Do y'all see it? Cause, wait, here go the other one without the pointer. And then one of them looked darker than the other. I'm like, girl, it's a lot of shadowing going on. Because here go the first one that I showed y'all. Here go the first one that I showed y'all. My God, today. That's the one with the pointer. And hold on, I'm going to show y'all the other one. Now, that's darker than this one. This one is... Look like they put some extra light on this one. This the other one picture that they showed. And I'm like, girl, maybe she had acne? Girl, it's giving acne. Bitch, it's giving acne. It's giving, yeah, like, girl. Now, I didn't really see nothing on this one. This was the first picture they showed. And then the next one you see is the one they showed after. Because people was confused and was like, where is y'all talking about? So then that's when they showed this one, which darkened it up some, looked like. And then he pulled out a pointer. So I don't know. I'm like, girl, yeah, Stephanie, acne, girl, bye. Yeah, that's what it's giving. Hey, Ariel Sunshine. Say, QB, you should have been there to show them. Okay, because, honey, I don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't see it, honey. So that was that was supposed to have been the physical evidence that he was pretty much testifying about. That's what he was giving his testimony about. The the plastic surgeon. Now he said he make money. He make money. He said, child, when he was even during COVID, he said he didn't close his shop. He didn't close his offices. That lawyer, and see, them lawyers is messy. Them two lawyers is messy. I don't know which one is worse, Cardi's or the plaintiffs, because yeah, they couldn't even control themselves to where the judge had to reprimand them a little piece. And one of them had asked them, he asked the surgeon, he was like, yeah, so was you closed when COVID happened? Like, didn't you have I know you had to close down. He was like, no, I didn't. He checked him right away. He was like, I still had my doors open, honey. So don't try to make it seem like I was, incompetent. I couldn't do my job. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? He said he been in the business for 25 years, Miss Thing Girl. So he is saying that it was some type of damage done to Mrs. Ellis' face. Okay. Now this is what he's saying. This is what he testified and said. He performed 2 micro needling procedures on her alongside creams and ointments, which cost roughly $8,000 per treatment. She now is in the red and owes 17,500 with a lien. Okay. Now, they asked him also if she was to come back. If she was to come back and get treatments, will he still treat her? He said, yes, I would. I would definitely take her money. They asked him how much would the new treatments cost. He said, well, things done went up. Trump around here with these tariffs and things, it's going to cost her $15,000. I say, oh, bitch. I said, oh, no, ma'am, Miss Thing. Oof. I say, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. I said, oh, new treatments? Girl, you ain't getting them. Okay? You ain't getting them. You would not be getting them treatments. He said, if she want to get more treatments, she can have them done. He said she didn't have no keloids or anything like that. He say, and another reason why this is not considered like one of those walk-in outpatient type of treatments is because blood can be pulled up from them putting the needle in your face and all of those stuff. So he's saying that's why you have to do all that in a surgical room. So he pretty much laid it out on the line why he charged as much as he charged and why he want his money. And he also made it perfectly clear it don't matter if the case and the judgment is in whoever's favor. He still want his money. Okay, he's saying, I don't care. He giving her a little bit of time because she's in litigations. He's giving her grace period because she's currently in litigations, and he know he will definitely receive his money if she wins her case against Cardi. But he's saying regardless of the fact, if she win or don't win, he still needs his money. Run him his coin. Okay. So if Miss Ellis ends up losing, she's still gonna owe that 17,500 with the liens. She will still be owing him that money. She can't get out of that nowhere or the other. So he definitely cleared that up. I said, ooh, girl, he's shaking down. He was on that stand, honey, doing an old nasty piece of shakedown, the professional way. I said, ooh, girl, he want his coin. He said he done waited too long, bitch. Okay? So yeah. She popped. She popped. Either way, she still gonna have to run that coin. So she better hope that she win. Cause if she don't win, she gonna have to come out of pocket with that money, and he won't. But he said he will be willing to do more treatments for her if needed. She just gonna have to pay up. So then, oh, cause they had a lot of witnesses today. It was a lot of witnesses. Her mother, Imani's mother, took the stand. Okay, she took the stand. And let me see what y'all saying right quick, honey. You said that's a whole new face of Real Sunshine. Okay, girl, she trying to do a face off. She around there trying to do a whole face off, Miss Thing Girl. Hey, hey, Mickey. What's up, Haitian Princess? What it do, Louisiana Red? Come through, come through. Oh, the girls coming in? Okay, y'all here for day 2. Okay, come through, come through. Hey, subject unknown said, where are the before and after photos from the surgeon, and when did they start doing plastic surgery for a shallow scratch? That's what we all saying. That's what's making it seem more like a money grab to me. Because, girl, you could have threw some peroxide and some ointment on that and kept it moving, Miss Thing. And a few days after it done healed and got you a little scab, girl, got you a nasty piece of cocoa butter and put on there and kept it pushing. But yeah, it seemed like you drawing this shit out. You putting 20 on 10, girl. We barely could see the shit. Okay, regardless of if he did the treatments or what have you, you claiming all this distress and agony for something we can't even fucking physically see with the naked eye. Bitch, we need a damn microscope. The fuck? I'm just, yeah. So, yeah, I agree with you on that one, honey. Hold on, let me see what else the girls are saying. Hold on, let me scroll up. How much is the plaintiff asking for? I don't know that full amount yet, a Real Sunshine. I don't know yet. I don't know that amount yet. Oh, 7 million. I hope not. Haitian Princess says she popped for real, for real. Yeah, it's giving an old nasty popation. But baby, we gonna get into the tea and the shenanigans of it all. Cause Cardi says she's the drama. And this is the drama, honey. Okay? Cardi says she the drama and here the drama. Okay? And we gonna get all the way into it. Okay? So then the mother, Imani's mother, took the stand, and she say her daughter was hysterical when she called her. Now, girl, it's something was conflicting, but I'm gonna see if y'all girls gonna be able to clock it, because I was clocking, and I was like, yeah, something sound a little conflicting about that. But let me just go ahead and tell y'all first. She was saying, the mother was saying that her daughter, Imani, Miss Ellis, called her like about 30 minutes after the incident. Okay. She said when she called her, when she got the phone call, she said her daughter was hysterical. This is Imani's mama on the stand testifying. Now, the mother also confirmed that her and her daughter were fans of Cardi at the time. I said, oh. The mother is saying that her daughter has a sense of sensitivity to others. She don't be in fights. She ain't never seen a fight. She didn't fight in school. She just a Nancy Drew. She the none, honey. She ain't had no fights, had nothing, honey, happen. No quarrels, no backbite, no nothing. She say her daughter has a sense of sensitivity to others. I said, oh, okay. Really? She claims now that 2 days after the incident, her daughter admitted to the supervisor. Okay, then they was asking her this. They was like, well, your daughter admitted to the supervisors 2 days later after the incident that she got into a screaming match with Cardi and had got a scratch on her nose by Cardi. She said, they asked her, the mama, did she know anything about that? The mama was saying she didn't know anything about that. I was like, that's quite strange. Why she wouldn't tell you all that chance? Okay. So she, like I said earlier, the mother said that Imani called her 30 minutes after the incident. Okay. And that she don't believe that her daughter was the provoker in this situation. Okay. I said, Now the only thing I was quite confused about is her mother is saying her daughter got a sense of sensitivity to people, but honey, it seemed like that sense of sensitivity went out of the window when you got starstruck. Cause you was on your job tracing up behind Cardi like I thought, and we gonna get into that with that damn phone. So that don't sound like a sense of sensitivity to others if you invading somebody's personal space, especially a pregnant one. Okay? So they didn't have her on the stand too long. They just pretty much got that little bit out of her. Now they was also questioning her about had her daughter been in a car accident once before. Okay? And could she have had some type of marks or lacerations or scratches or cuts from a previous car incident. The mother didn't know anything about that. Okay, she was just like, no, I don't believe so. We'll have to ban. So she pretty much, they didn't really have her on that long. She pretty much just wanted to say, oh yeah, my daughter did call me and let me know that something had happened, but I wasn't aware that she ended up losing her job over it right away. I didn't even know she had admitted to her supervisors 2 days later that she had got into an altercation. What's up, Don't Ask Me Ish? Hey, Kimberly Black. They also said she apologized to the company for the actions. Hey, QB, yep, sure did. Sure did. She had made a public apology to the company for her misconduct. Okay, yep, that was exactly what had happened. Now, they brought the grandmother on the stand, child. Grandmama came up there and she say she was contacted as well after the incident had ensued. Now, the gag was, and I want to know if y'all was clocking, the thing is, the grandmama said, oh, she called me right away. She called me right away. So I'm like, why would you call your grandmama first before your mama? You waited 30 minutes to call your grandmama? I mean, you waited 30 minutes to call your mama, but you called your grandmother right away to tell her about this? Somebody that you was claiming you was checking your voicemails to check on, somebody that's already dealing with some ailments. You mean to tell me you gonna stir their nerves up to call them first instead of your mama? I say, that seemed very peculiar to me. Cause I'm like, yeah, for one, why would you not call your mama first? Why would you call your grandmama when you know she already going through and you already supposedly on your voicemail checking to see if she okay or if she needs some, because that's your way of finding out if she's in distress by any voicemails left by her. If you ain't received no voicemail, why you bothering her with an incident that you having at work? What's she gonna do about it? And then why wouldn't you call your mom? Like in a situation like that, the first person you gonna call is either your partner or your parents. And then what was funny to me what seemed funny was the mother say, oh, she called me 30 minutes after the incident. But the grandmother received a call right away. That was quite peculiar. Okay. But that's what the grandmother said. She said she was contacted as well about the incident, but she was contacted in an urgency. She was contacted right away. Now, the grandmother is bravoing the surgeon. Okay. She's saying that he did a good job covering up the scarring and that her granddaughter is lucky. She says she lucky to have had that surgeon perform those micro needling and ointment and cream, procedures on her, because she pretty much is saying, oh yeah, he did a good job. He did a really good job on her face to cover up the scarring. Now, grandmama says she's seen scarring after the incident, and she's saying that the surgeon did a wonderful job, and her granddaughter should be very pleased with the results. So even with the omission of the grandmama up there on that stand, now see, that hurt her. That hurt Iman. That hurt. Because now that surgeon can say, well, shit, the grandmama even said I did a wonderful job. Run me my money. So you got caught in a trap bag with that one. Because, see, your grandmama went up there saying, oh, yeah, it looked real good. No, grandmama should have been like, I don't know. I don't even recall if she had anything. I don't know. But since the grandmama was sitting up there saying, oh, yeah, he did a wonderful job, that might come and bite you in the ass in the long run. I was like, oh, girl, that's nasty. Grandmama shouldn't have said all that, honey. Why is you praising the surgeon and I owe him? Girl, you supposed to be acting like that work is trash. Girl, you don't remember that procedure? That's been how many years ago? Baby, you supposed to have caught dementia, amnesia, or something in the moment, Miss Finger. Why is you over there confessing to some work that was done on my face? You was supposed to, girl, I was like, oh, Granny is setting her up, honey, so she don't definitely be paying that money. Because grandmama already said, yeah, that man did the work and he did a wonderful job. So whatever he gonna be asking for, you gonna have to run that. I think grandmama screwed her over with that one. So I was looking at her with the side eye like, oh, girl, you sure you want to say that? I was gagging. I was like, no, she ain't over here praising the man that her granddaughter owe. Girl, your granddaughter owed the man money. She owed the man $17,000. And you saying, yeah, the work was done well. So that's an omission to the work being done and being done feasible to not only your granddaughter's liking, but your liking too. Baby. Now, the grandmother also said that she was not aware of Imani apologizing to the company, which you mentioned earlier, Kimberly. Grandmama says she didn't know nothing about that. That her granddaughter had apologized to the company for her misconduct in that altercation. So, sound like granddaughter Imani wasn't all the way truthful about the situation and what had happened around there. Okay. So they didn't really have grandmama up there too long, but those was the two things that stuck out to me regarding her testimony. Her granddaughter not telling her that she apologized, so that made her look like, oh, well, at one point in time, you want to take accountability. You want to take accountability with the company, but you don't want to let us in on you taking full accountability. You running around here acting like you need all these procedures done to your face, and you got all this turmoil and anguish going on, and so you putting on the show for us, but you still, you trying to keep your job and you trying to smooth it over with these people. Now that's another thing. Why is you apologizing if you thought you was in the right? Bitch, I ain't finna apologize to you, and I feel like I was in the right for either defending myself, bopping up bitch, or standing up for, you know what I'm saying, myself. I'm not, what am I apologizing for? Girl, it's a many of jobs. I'm not finna apologize, because then that's kind of like an omission of wrongdoing. You admitting that you did some type of wrongdoing. You stepped out of line somewhere, because why is you apologize? That makes her look guilty. Steph say money grab. Don't ask me, Ish say, did you like this wig, QB? Yeah, I liked it, this one. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I liked it, the Barbarella. I told the girls earlier, I say it was giving me Barbarella. It was giving me Baywatch, Pamela Anderson teens. Yeah, I liked it, this one a whole lot better. I sure did. Kimberly say grandmother said her granddaughter said Cardi B told her granddaughter was gonna lose her job. Ooh. Mm-mm. So see, she was over there crying tears to her grandmother, pulling on her grandmama heartstrings, and probably was around there to her mama too, pulling on her heartstrings, and wasn't being totally truthful about going behind their back and apologizing to these people and admitting that you fell short. You had some type of wrongdoing in this whole situation. Don't ask me to say. I went down after the jury was dismissed. Cardi's lawyers was cooking, caught that girl in more lies. Ooh, baby, it was a lot going on up in there. It was sure was. It sure was. And we finna get all the way into it. So yeah, the grandmother, like I said, pretty much didn't know nothing about the apology made to the company by her granddaughter. And she definitely was proud of the results from the procedures that was done to her daughter's face regarding the scratches. Okay. So then, child, ooh, girl, they had the psychology lady. Now I had to come back to that because I had dipped off. So I had to go back to her. She was real messy. I was just like, oh, I don't even know why she got up here. Whoever that psychology lady is, she was part of the treatments, the psychological treatments. They kept wearing her ass out. Because they was like, girl, now which one is it? Was you treating her psychologically or physically? Like, which one is it? Because you got stuff written down in your paperwork and in your notes as physical stuff, but shouldn't you be dealing with the psychological stuff? It seemed like them girls was over there putting a paper trail together, honey. They was all trying to put 20 on 10. It seemed like anybody who came in contact with this woman was putting 20 on 10. That woman was around there hollering, I got a case against Cardi B. Y'all know the rapper who was on Love and Hip Hop. You know the one with Offset, and they was all willing to just write up stuff like however she wanted to. This was y'all know back in the day how girl. Y'all know how back in the day how your grandmamas and great granddaddies and shit and aunties and stuff, they can get them doctors to sign that paperwork and mix it up however the fuck they want to, honey, and get you whatever you need, child. Girl, this sound like the same gigs. This sound like the same gigs to me. Because they had Miss Thing over there, that psychology treatment lady, and baby, she was acting like couldn't remember what she had put down, what she had wrote, what the girl had told her, what she had physically seen. It was a whole lot of messy mess going on with her. Okay. She pretty much saying the bill. Now here go another bill. Here go another bill. And I hope somebody keeping these totals because right now she owe what? Hold on, let me see. Right now it's like 17. Yeah, she owes 17. Yeah, she owes 1,705. Yeah, 1,700 pretty much and $500. Okay, with a lien. And then add this on, y'all. Add this on. She owe from the psychological treatments $5,087. So that was a bill for that, for the psychological treatment. And she's saying during the psychological treatment, they did over 500 questionnaire. She had to shade in on some bubbles round there to a 500 questionnaire, and then the lady said she talked to her for a little bit, and yeah, I was just like, yeah, girl, that's a lot. And she filed a claim for workers' compensation. Okay. So not only did she acquire the $5,087 bill from the psychological treatment place, she also put in a claim for workers' compensation. hmm Now, they was asking her, well, what did she tell you? Because they wanted to know, okay, if this person coming in saying that they are having post-traumatic stress, depression, anxiety, and things of that nature, then what was she telling you and what were you trying to do as far as treatments to help her get past all of this stuff? So she pretty much was saying, oh, well, she said that the nails were long, almost touching her face. Okay, now this is what she told the psychological lady. And I'm just like, wait a minute, that ain't what she said. She said Cardi scratched her. So why she go and tell this lady that the nails were really long, almost touching the news? She told us yesterday when we was watching her, she was pointing at her nose, something saying, yeah, she had scratched me in, scratched me in. But you tell this lady, the psychological lady, that the nails almost touched the nose. I was quite confused about that. Now, the psychological doctor, the psychiatrist, or whatever she was, girl, she seemed like a fill-in, Miss Thing, girl. She said she don't even work for that company no more, girl. Okay? She don't even work for them no more. She ain't got no access to none of the files or anything that was wrote up and what have you. What they got is what they got. She ain't got no access to anything regarding that case. Okay? Because she don't even work for the company no more. But she pretty much said that Imani was complaining of having headaches 4 times a week. Now listen to this, y'all. I say, girl, if this ain't some ambulance chasing shit here, she say headaches. She had been after the incident with her and Cardi. She was experiencing headaches 4 to 5 times a week that lasted for hours. She also told the psychiatrist lady that she was sleeping more than often. Now, I was definitely quite confused about that because didn't she just tell us yesterday she had insomnia? Girl. Didn't we just say this woman say she was having trouble sleeping? She had post-traumatic stress and trauma. She had anxiety and depression. And she told this woman she was just suffering from headaches 4 to 5 times a week. So that means you was having a headache every day, girl. Okay, pretty much. You pretty much were saying you from this incident as you being a security guard. So I wonder how you was going home every day then. Cause I know you done ran into some other shit way deeper than what the fuck you ran into with Cardi. You baby, 4 to 5 times a week that lasted for hours? I'm just like, yeah, I don't know if I believe that. Okay. And then the part that she was sleeping more often. But girl, I just thought you told us you had insomnia the other day. Child. What up, subject unknown? But yeah, from a 50-second incident, Haitian princess. She having headaches 4 to 5 times a week that last for hours. I said, girl, this is messy boots. This is messy boots. But Cardi says she here for the drama. She's the drama. So, girl, we gonna talk about it. Now, in the psychological, in the psychiatrist report, the applicant, well, they said it was the applicant reports. Miss Ellis is quoted saying it turned into a screaming match. So she told the psychological lady, and in the reports that they got from her, she never mentioned nothing physically ensued. She said that it turned into a screaming match. That's what she's quoted in the report saying. She never mentioned to the psychiatrist lady that it was anything physical that ensued. But the psychiatrist lady, see, this is where you see is some trickery going on. She's saying in the applicant reports what Miss Ellis is writing down and telling. She is saying that it was a screaming match, but the psychiatrist lady is adding in physical stuff as far as scratches and marks and the spitting and all of this old stuff. She adding this stuff in, and they like, okay, how is you adding all this stuff in physically when you supposed to be talking to this lady about her depression and all these things? Now, the way she tried to clean that up was, well, in order to be able to deal with the depression and the anxiety that she may have experienced, we need to bring up and talk about the physical aspects of it. Even though I'm supposed to be just talking about the psychological parts about it with her and documenting those. That's how she tried to clean that up. And I was like, ooh, girl, they is root working something fierce. I said, ooh, this messy. So even though she not even supposed to be mentioned, she feels as if it's needed to aid in the psychological well-being of Miss Ellis. So that's why she put all of this in there. And they was trying to say, yeah, no, we ain't finna be looking at all that. We ain't finna quote that. But Miss Ellis is quoted saying that it turned into a screaming match. Okay. What's up, Superside Beauty? Subject unknown said ex-security officer, and this was a minor incident, but she has PTSD. Yep, that's what she said, honey. That's what she said. And don't forget the headaches 45 times a week that last for hours. Okay. Now, they also said in the psychological reports, not once, but twice, Miss Ellis admitted to feelings of being guilty feelings for something that may have transpired, something that she may be going through. And they was like, well, why would she be expressing any forms of guilt? And again, the psychologist lady said, well, it's just a form of her being able to express and figure out where the depression, this is the stage of figuring out how to get out of the depression by, naming how you feeling and what you going through pretty much. So they like, well, why you got feelings of guilt, honey, if you ain't do nothing wrong? Okay, pretty much. But she did admit to some type of guilty feelings. Now, this was another gag. The psychological lady, she done wrote all this stuff on this paperwork about scratches, marks that what's her name again? Imani done came in there and told her that she done experienced through this altercation and all this stuff. She done heard this girl tell her about the headaches and the sleeping often. But she's saying she do not recall seeing any marks. Let me repeat that for the girls in the back. After all that stuff that she done wrote on this paperwork, she claims, the psychologist lady claims, she does not recall seeing any marks on Imani's nose or side of her face. I say, wow. Wow, really? So why would you put it in the paperwork? Why would you put it in the, if you ain't seen nothing physically for yourself, why would you include it in the paperwork? I say, ooh, this stunty cunty. Yeah, it was giving very much stunty cunty. I say, yeah, girl, yeah, I'm not buying your testimony at all. Out of out of the four of them that got up there today, I only believe maybe one and a half. And that's the surgeon and halfway to grandmama. Okay? I didn't believe the mama, and I damn sure didn't believe that psychologist lady. I was just like, yeah, no, ma'am. I'm not eating that. Okay? I was just like, yeah, no, But that psychiatrist, that surgeon, I believe what he was saying. He just sounded like he just wanted his coin. Run me my money. And grandmama just told what she remember happened on that day. She was even if some of the information wasn't even always given to her in the situation. So yeah. I say, well, how she done wrote all this stuff on the paperwork and she ain't seen nothing for herself? So yeah, she owed them $5,087 and she put in a workers' compensation claim, which I am inclined to believe got fulfilled. Okay, I'm pretty sure she got whatever money she was seeking. Now then, okay, let's get into when Cardi took the stand, and they had to abruptly cut Cardi from, finishing being on the stand. So they're gonna come back tomorrow and start off with her again. I'm assuming because it had abruptly cut. They had abruptly cut it off. They had took like 3 to 4 breaks, I think, from little pieces that I was watching. But yeah, it seemed like Cardi gonna have more to say tomorrow. So this is just a little tidbit of what she said today before they concluded for the day. So when Cardi testified, okay, yeah, I thought it was a good wig, and that one of them lawyers said that too, because they was asking her, well, is that your real hair, woo wop the bam? And she was like, no, it's these wigs. And he was like, ooh, it's a good wig today. I was gagging. I was like, oh no, man, no, he wasn't clocking like we was clocking yesterday. He was like, yeah, it's a good wig today. I was like, oh, he clocking like we was. Oh, he even noticed the wig was better. Oh no, ma'am, because he asked, they was trying to figure out, like, he was like, wait a minute, what color hair you have? Because I guess he was trying to figure out, like, okay, which color is your real hair? Because yesterday you was just in black and today you in a blonde bombshell color. Like, what is it really giving, Miss Thing Girl? And she pretty much told him, like, yeah, it's a wig. And he was like, ooh, it's a good wig today. I was kikiing because I was like, ooh, that's what we said yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but that's what I was thinking because, yeah, remember how the wig was yesterday, y'all. Don't ask me yesterday. I was crying when he asked her about the hair. Yeah, he sure did. Did you hear what he said? It's a good wig today. After she explained it, I was kikiing my ass off when he said that. Subject unknown said that was so out of order. What? Him asking about the wig? I guess he was confused. He wanted to make sure he was talking to the right person, hon. You know them girls be throwing on them wigs look like a whole different person, hon. Be fooling you. He had to know. He had to make sure he was cross-examining the right individual. Child, I don't blame him. What her hair got to do with this case? Shake my head, Stephanie say. Ooh. Ah! Subject unknown say it was entertaining. Cardi even had to laugh. Yeah, she didn't take she didn't take it as an insult or anything like that. She laughed it off. So yeah, he did say that. He was like, "It's a good wig today." I said, "Ooh, you clocking like I was." So she pretty much said that she went to an appointment to see a doctor. What's his name? Finicky, something of the sort. She said it was only a 25 to 30-minute visit. She said her security guard was left downstairs. He didn't go up to the actual office part that she was going to because she said she didn't want her security guard to know that she was going to a vagina doctor. Okay, now that's what Cardi said, honey. Cardi did have me kikiing a little bit because she was just being herself, honey, on that thing, on that stand, child. So she was like, "Yeah, I didn't tell him where I was going or what I was doing, so I left him down." She pretty much was saying she left him downstairs. So when the altercation happened with her and Miss Ellis, people was already asking like, "Well, where was her security at? Like, who up there?" And there's your answer. He didn't go upstairs with her. He found out about the incident afterwards. And she was saying how she was telling him, "Man, I gotta tell you what happened." And he was like, "What? What?" And she was like, "Well, I'll tell you later." Well, I guess she was trying to leave the place before she told him what had completely happened. But from what they trying to say is, Miss Ellis is trying to say is that she spoke, and this was she said yesterday, that she spoke to the security guard and he apologized to her about the incident. But Cardi is saying her security guard didn't see this woman or talk to this woman at all because she left him downstairs. So she's saying when she went up on the elevator, she said as she was coming, this is Cardi saying as she was coming off of the elevator, Miss Ellis was waiting as by the elevator as if she was going to get on the elevator. Okay. But she say that ain't what happened. She say she could come to find out as she trying to walk to the office where she supposed to be having an appointment, Cardi, she notices that Imani is following up behind her while on her phone saying, "Oh, it's Cardi B, woo up now," and then had her other device as if she was recording Cardi. And Cardi says she tried to like speed walk a little bit, but when she heard her name, she turned around and did say to the girl, like, what are you doing? Like, is you recording me? And she's saying, Imani said, "Oh, my bad," but she kept following her. Now that's what Cardi is saying. Okay. Cardi is saying that when the altercation happened, it happened before the appointment. Not after, but before. She also said that it was the receptionist and Dr. Finicky, the doctor she was going to see, who had witnessed the altercation. She said the female receptionist is the one that intervened in the incident and was asking the security guard, like, "What are you doing? Like, you're the security guard. What are you doing?" And then she said that's when Dr. Finicky intervened and told Cardi to just go into his office. Now, Cardi said she had an appointment and went on about her business. She didn't think nothing of it. Okay, she thought the shit was over with. They had exchanged words, and it was pretty much over with. She said then later she found out she being sued. I said, "Ooh, girl, my lord today." Cardi said it was a verbal situation. It was not nothing that got physical. She said it was just an exchange of words. Okay, it was nothing where nobody put their hands. She said she didn't touch me, I didn't touch her. It was pretty much a verbal altercation. Okay. She also said that she asked Miss Ellis, why are you recording me? And why are you following me? Like, ain't you security? You shouldn't be following up behind me. And she said, Imani just kept telling her, well, I can do whatever I want to. You can get out of my building. Now, this is the pregnant woman that she talking to that's going to, check on their baby and see if they health well. Because she say the reason why she did a spare the moment appointment at this office, a doctor that she ain't have is no primary care physician, just somebody that she wanted to see right away to get a checkup because she said she was feeling fine. Okay. She's saying she did not have on those iconic style nails that she's known for. Them 3-inch long, like, what is they called? The stiletto nails. 3-inch stiletto nails. She said she did not have on those type of nails that day. She said she had on maybe a 1-inch square nail with some flat stones on it. I said, ooh. I say, girl, this is messy. I'm like, not even the nails match up to the altercation, because usually we was thinking that she had them usual style nails that she usually have on, but no, she's saying she had on a square nail, maybe only 1 inch. It was not her iconic, legendary, what she known for. Long 3-inch stiletto nails with all the bedazzle on. Okay. I say, wow. So they asked her a few more questions, and then, like I said, it had abruptly ended. So they'll be coming back tomorrow. So, oof. This real messy. What y'all think of what happened today? Whose side are you most so on now today? Now they didn't get to the spitting part. And then she also made mention, she said she had asked her people to try to see if they can retrieve some type of footage from the place, but she's saying there's no camera footage. So that's not even make it more difficult that there's no camera footage there. Like, how you got a whole doctor's office and there wasn't no cameras in there? So they saying it ain't no camera. So remember we was asking about that yesterday, like, okay, well, maybe if we just see the camera footage, then that'll prove a lot of things. Where it's no footage in that doctor's office from this altercation that ensued. So it was, like I said, it was a lot of objections going on in the courtroom, child, about hearsay and all that, and it's coming to like a back and forth, like hearsay type thing. So I wonder how the jury is gonna be able to decide, knowing that it ain't no footage. And then Cardi did have me gagging too, when she was like, when they was asking her questions, and she was like, she know, she was there. She kept pointing at Imani, saying, well, she know, she was there. She know, she was there. I was like, oh no, man. Oh. So yeah, I think that was kind of it. Like, if for one, from what we know today, okay, it seems like we thought that Imani got starstruck when she seen Cardi. And she probably was talking on the phone to somebody. Now, I had caught some tea last night that somebody is saying somebody by the name of Nicholas was the person that Imani was on the phone with around that time, from some type of phone records that the girls is saying is circulating around. Now, this is all allegedly. I don't know how true this is, but somebody by the name of Nicholas was the person that she was supposed to have been on the phone with At the time, she ran into Cardi by that elevator. Okay? And the girls is wondering, is Nicholas gonna come to the forefront and tell us, was she on the phone with you? Well, not was she on the phone with you, because they saying they know he was on the phone with her by phone records. But they do want to know. The girls want to know, okay, including us. Did she mention seeing Cardi B while she was on the phone with Nicholas? I say, oh, bitch, where is Nicholas at, honey? Because Nicholas can go ahead and solve this for us, okay? If Nicholas gets on the stand or they pull him to the witness stand and ask him, okay, well, we got phone records of your number being the number that she was on the phone with at the time of the incident. Did she mention Cardi B to you? That'll pop her all the way. So the girls is they looking for Nicholas. They looking for they looking for somebody named Nicholas. I said, ooh, if Nicholas come out and tell her, honey, she done for. She done for. Cause I don't have no doubt in my mind. Like if I'm talking to one of my friends or somebody that I know on the phone and I run across a celebrity, yeah, we gonna more than likely say, oh my God, girl, look who I just ran into, a girl, oh my God. Woo up the bam. You not gone. And then to know that your mom testified and confessed. See, that was another thing the mama shouldn't say it neither. Imani had already expressed to us that she was already a. So knowing that your mama confessed and testified today and said that you and herself, the mama and you, Imani, were fans of Cardi at the time, that yeah, we have no doubt to believe that you got a little, you started fanning out little Pete's. Okay. We don't have no doubt in our mind that you fanned out and you said something. And when you was confronted about the initial, saying something and having your phone in the way as if you was recording her, because that's what Cardi felt like. She felt like you had told somebody that you was around me, you seen me, and you was recording. I was trying to have my privacy. This is my first pregnancy. I didn't feel comfortable with you following up behind me, even after when I first initially said something to you, you said my bad as if you was gonna let it go and you was still following up behind me. You kept pursuing me even after my first initial catching you and saying something. So you kept engaging with her at that point, is what Cardi is making it seem like. So this messy boots. Hey Dovey. Subject unknown. Hey Heavy Bear. Subject unknown says she can also sue the medical facility for not having monitors installed for security. Of patients. Yeah, that's messy. Yeah, I would have thought he over there bragging about how much money and his stuff wasn't shut down during COVID, but where your cameras at? Where your cameras at? So y'all, that means y'all is around there doing some shifty behavior. Cause what type of medical facility don't have no damn security cameras? Like, yeah. So what is y'all over there doing in them offices? So yeah. I think Imani gonna be popped. For the simple fact, only reason why I say that is because from the way it was being explained from the Cardi side, it was as if you was following up behind her, even after her initial reaction of hearing you say something on the phone, with a phone around you, or what have you. You still pursued her. You still was, why you didn't stop? And then why you never got on that elevator? Because if you was by the elevator when she got off of it, as if you was going on it. Why didn't you get your ass on that? Be like, oh girl, I seen Cardi, honey. Let me go and finish doing my job and secure this third or fourth floor. And then to know that you may have possibly lied about talking to Cardi's security guard and him apologizing for the situation. Yeah, something ain't right about that. Mm-mm. Dovey said the security guard was wrong. Yeah, it's looking like that. Cause you could have stopped. You could have stopped pursuing her, and then you wouldn't have went through nothing else. You wouldn't have, it wouldn't have probably gone no further. But from what Cardi is, so you got two different type of altercations. You have a verbal altercation, which Cardi is testifying and saying happened, and you got Imani saying it was a physical altercation. So you pretty much got two different altercations being testified about on the stand. And I'm like, oh my God, girl, like which one is it? And then in the paperwork that was sent to the psychologist, she said that she almost touched my nose. So if she almost touched you and didn't touch you, then where them scratches come from? Why was you around there getting micro needling for almost touching you? That don't make no sense. You did all that for what? It's giving more and more day by day money grab. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You say y'all know Cardi about to eat with that lady up. About to eat that lady up. Hopefully Cardi doesn't Tasha K. Oh, Tasha K her. Oh my. Dovey says she called for her job the next day, apologized to her job about her behavior. She sure did, Dovey. If it was a physical altercation, by right, they had to call the police. That means it was assault. And wasn't no police call. Because Cardi, they had asked Cardi too, like, well, what would been your first reaction if you would have got into a physical altercation? Would you would have called the police? And I think that was one of them questions that they had to sustain. Because there was an objection to that, baby. They was objecting all over the place. Overruled is the other one. I was trying to think about it earlier in the live. Overruled. That's what I meant to say. It was a lot of sustains, but it was very few of them overrules. But the times that they did the overrules, it came in handy to have them elaborate on stuff. Cause they was striking out a lot of the hearsay stuff. They was like, yeah, objection, sustain, objection, sustain. They wasn't saying nothing. So yeah, it was overruled that I was thinking of, but it was very few of them. Is it true this incident happened? Yep, 7 years ago, honey, 2018, jam. Girl, this was during the COVID days, right before COVID, child. Right. Them been owing that man that money all this time for his micro needling and his ointments. I knew she should wouldn't got, like I said, some peroxide and some A&D ointment or some Neosporin, girl, and kept it moving this thing. Because, girl, you got a healthy bill over there that you owe now. And you hoping that it comes out in your favor so you won't have to owe that doctor. But if it don't, you still going to owe him that money. You're going to have to cough that money up. And he said, now, she would have came in here with cash, I would have gave her 20% off. I said, oh, not the old nasty discount. He said, you pay cash only, 20% off. But yeah, right now, and then he said, and he's so shady, honey. Even though the lady owe him, she owe him right now $1,700, $500. $1,700, $500. Even though she owe that right now, he's saying, yeah, she come on in and get another treatment, $1,500. I say, oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not 15K, bitch. So, yeah, he like, run my money. I'm going to get my money either way it go. So, yeah. Cardi was pregnant. She would have risked her health to put her hands on anyone. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, why would a pregnant woman want to get into a physical altercation with somebody? Like, we do have some of them women that will get bucked. They don't give a fuck, honey. But yeah, you gotta remember, this her first child. If she already running to the doctor because she feel funny bearing her first child, first time moms usually be very careful. And I done been around a lot of moms. They be really, really careful. They don't be trying to get into it with nobody. They don't be trying to stress themselves out. They already be stressed with the baby in their belly. So I did think of that too, Dovey. And that is a good observation. Like, why would this woman want to get into it like a physical altercation with somebody that she clearly said looked bigger than, that was, height wise and size wise, way bigger than her? So yeah, that's what I said, Dovey. Oh, Stephanie said. So yeah, it's looking not too good in Imani's favor. So we'll see tomorrow what happens for day 3. So I'm pretty sure Cardi gonna hit the stand first and finish off her testimony of what she's saying happened. And then they probably gonna cross-examine her, and then I guess we'll be able to take it from there. But right now, it seemed like Imani may be asked out on this one. Because, in my opinion, I don't think her mom's testimony helped her or her grandmother's testimony helped her. The fact that she still owed the doctors, and then the sketchy paperwork from the psychologist, yeah, it wasn't looking good in her favor today. Now, maybe yesterday when she was on the stand giving her account of the incident, maybe, people more so was in her favor because of what she was saying that was done to her, what was said to her, how she was treated. But everything you mentioning, that must be some shit you done made up in your head, because Cardi saying didn't none of that shit happen. Now, she did at one point say that you was close enough in her face, but she never said no type of striking or anything like that exchange. But Cardi did mention that you had got so close to her at one point that y'all was like kind of like face to face, in each other's face almost. And that you was the one that was the aggressor because you kept following her after she tried to speed walk on to the doctor's office room. And when she asked you, ain't you a security guard? Like, you shouldn't be doing this. Why are you doing this? You said to her, from what she's saying and can remember, oh, you can do whatever you want to. And that she can get out of her building. And I'm like, how is this girl? How is you telling her she can get out of your building? Baby, you don't own that building. You just working security. How are you telling this woman who got an appointment she can get out of the building because she's stopping you from recording her and making her feel uncomfortable? Child. Now, I wonder if Cardi's security guard gonna speak, because that still is a question up for debate as well. Did Imani have a conversation with the security guard or not? Because that's another conflicting story. Because Imani is saying that she had a conversation with the security guard after the fact and that he apologized for the incident. But she was also seeking an apology from Cardi. Okay? But she's saying she spoke to the security guard and he gave an apology on behalf of Cardi. But Cardi saying her security guard wasn't nowhere near that man. He don't know her. He didn't speak to her. Ooh. So I guess we'll have to see tomorrow, honey, if that security guard gonna testify. Did he talk to Imani or not? Ain't no cameras in there, they saying, so we ain't getting no footage. But where's that security guard at? Can he testify? Will that security guard testify and say, in fact, what Cardi said today, I don't know that woman. I didn't talk to her. I was downstairs. I never even went up the elevator. So I don't know who you talking about. She just told me when she came down that the incident happened. She said she didn't call for her security or nothing. She said the situation it wasn't that fierce. She said it didn't pop off like Imani is saying, because she never called us. And then that's another thing too. If it would have had escalated to the point where she was really in fear, I'm pretty sure she would have instructed her security guard to come upstairs, regardless of her not wanting him to know that she was at a vagina doctor in the beginning. She would have just forget. She would have said, fuck all that shit. And said, yeah, no, call, yeah, bring your ass up here. This lady, woo wop, bam. So, I want to know if that security guard gonna be able to give us his recollection of what happened that day. Because Cardi's saying he wasn't even up there. So who did this woman talk to that she claiming she received an apology from? Girl. And why you ain't tell your granny the truth? Why you ain't tell your granny the truth? You lied to your granny? At least that's the one person you could tell the truth to, whether you right or wrong, is your grandmama. She ain't gonna judge. She was already praising the face work that you had got done. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have judged you if you would have told her, well, yeah, grandmama, I did get out of hand, so I ended up losing my job. But before I did apologize to the job for my part in it. Your grandmother would have praised you for that. And would have been like, well, baby, I'm glad you did the right thing. That's how grandmamas is. So why would you lie to your grandmama? That's another thing. And not tell her the truth all the way. So yeah, day 2, it's not looking good for Imani at all, in my opinion. I think her grandmother hurt her case slightly, okay, by praising the surgeon. I think the mama didn't make it no better. And I damn sure think that psychology lady just put the icing on the damn cake. So yeah, that's what had happened today, honey. Round there to the Cardi B takes the stand, day 2, scratch or cut. Now, which one, girl, I don't consider it a cut. They was trying to blow it up to be a cut. It was talking about, well, will she receive keloids and all. He was like, no, she ain't got none of that. She ain't gonna have none of that. Okay? So, yeah. I guess we'll see tomorrow, honey, what had happened. And I'll definitely come back tomorrow night and we'll discuss all the tea that we found out and what we think of day 3. Day 2 don't look like, so it looked like it's 1-1. Yesterday, it was probably a little bit in Imani's favor because we were still in shock of the whole spitting part. So, but today, yeah, it didn't look good for you. So we're going to go with a tie for right now on day 2 because we gave her one. Did we give her one yesterday? No, I don't think we did we? No, I think it was split. It was like half and half yesterday. So we was kind of split on our decision. Okay, tonight, what y'all think? What y'all think tonight? One for Imani, two for Cardi. One for Imani, two for Cardi. On who you believe in this case. This is day two. Now, yesterday, y'all was split. It was a split decision. So, we didn't know which way to go for day one. But what do y'all say for day two? Okay, one Imani. Are you giving it one Imani or two Cardi? Ooh, look like Cardi got it today. Two, 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 two. Okay, so it look like we got twos today. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say 2-2 for Cardi. Because yeah, the way she was describing it, she was like, yeah, this lady kept on following me. I'm trying to go to my appointment. She already blasted me out in the damn doctor's office. And she following me and then gonna get an attitude when I say, look, don't be following me and recording me. And we all know how people feel about them phones. Them phones get folks in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And everybody has their own suspicions about phones. If I see you on one phone and you got another one held up by your shoulder, by your chin, by your guts, torso, or what have you, yeah, I'm going to be inclined to believe you doing some motherfucking recording. So her suspicions of you recording are not unbelievable. Your mama already said y'all were fans. So I'm pretty sure you wanted to get you a little light, break the story. And this was before Cardi said she had even told anybody she was pregnant. She didn't want nobody to know she was pregnant yet. So yeah, that was a compromising situation that you had caught her in. A very private moment. And do I believe you would have took advantage of that if given the opportunity? Yes. And it sounded like that's what had happened. And then you done ran your ass around all these doctors and shit and owing them money, can't even pay your damn bill because you hoping that you gonna get Cardi to pay it off of a scratch we can't even barely damn see. Girl, if you don't get your ass up out of here with that bullshit and find somebody else to play with, mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. But we shall see. So I will be tuning in tomorrow to see what had happened. And I'll be back tomorrow night for us to discuss. And don't forget the tracker link is available for any of the girls that want to track because we got to do some tracking this weekend. And I think once we get through all the days and we actually get a verdict, maybe we'll do like a little call in number so y'all can call in and give y'all final assessments on what had happened. Okay? Maybe we'll do that as well. Well, I'm finna get on up out of here and let y'all go to bed now, Renegades. Thank y'all all for joining me on tonight. I hope you enjoyed this live. Again, I'll see y'all tomorrow night for day three's recap. You all be blessed. Have a good night. And thank you to anybody who may have donated to the channel on tonight. I appreciate you tremendously, gang gang. And like I always tell the girls, if you ain't cute, keep it cute, okay? If you ain't cute, keep it cute. Shout out to all the members. Shout out to Stephanie for holding it down for us. And shout out to the replay gang. Y'all be blessed. Have a good night. And I'll catch up with y'all next time. Gang, gang.